Hey everyone, I'm Curtis,
And I'm Shank.
and you're listening to the Good Buds Podcast.
Let's toke some reefer.
Welcome to the Good Buds Podcast, the show where good buds smoke good buds and talk about them. This is episode 3, airing Monday, August 31st, 2020, on Spotify, YouTube, Anchor FM, and more. Thanks for joining us.
This episode is brought to you by the fictional Soviet Cheesery, making the cheesiest fake cheese this side of the Iron Grater. At the fictional Soviet Cheesery, they use cooperative forced labor to make the greatest cheese for the family land. Check out their link that absolutely won't be in the description, and now on with the show.
Ha 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 ha, Nastrovia, comrade. So, how are you doing today, Shank?
Oh man, I'm doing absolutely fantastic, having a beautiful day. Just rocking in the free world, brother. And I'd like to take a moment right now to shout out to Violet on Discord, who wanted me to say that I have died and come back to life, and I am the new Jesus. It's kind of a strange thing to say. It's a weird opinion,
Okay.
but yeah, thank you for the compliment,
We appreciate it.
Zombie Jesus. Anyway, Curtis, how are you feeling today, brother?
I'm alright, but today was a little weird.
Hmm?
So as I was leaving my house today, the local zoo had an enclosure breach and 30 panthers got loose.
Wait, 30 huge cats were running around town? Like,
Yeah, like the animal handlers caught all but 8 of them. They figured they did enough, but there's still 8 panthers loose around here.
that sounds terrible.
Well, yeah, but it's a catch-22. Anyway, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you like what we're doing, check out our Patreon and consider donating to the show. We will be adding reward tiers in the future.
Yes, we absolutely will. Now let's get into the review.
Good Buds Review, Good Buds.
So, Curtis, what are you burning today?
Well, Shank, today I am burning on some Purple Rain. Purple Rain is a indica dominant hybrid with very nice, dense, but light green looking nuggets. They have these nice orange hairs on them that kind of blend in with the green color of it, unless you have a light shining on it. It has a very nice light crystallization all the way around. The smell of it, it's very strong, earthy, slightly musky, but not like a bad musky type of smell. It has small nodes of pepper, and it ends with a hint of lemon. All around a very nice smelling weed. A little bit of history on it. It's actually a crossbreed of Purple Candy Kush, Chemdog, and OG Kush.
Hmm,
So very,
nice.
very nice. How
Very
about
nice.
you? What are you gonna be burning for us today?
Well, today I am smoking some Sundial Blue Nova from their Lift series. Blue Nova is a sativa dominant hybrid with a sweet berry aroma and sugary flavor. The bud is dense, sticky, and rich with trichomes, with THC levels reaching up to 20%. Like the rest of the Lift series, the Blue Nova is as good for social occasions, whether that's a night on the town or a night playing video games. That's up to you.
Wow, that was a really nice description. Very elegant. Very, very nice, Shank.
Oh, dude, I was just reading the side of the bottle, man. This stuff smells friggin' beautiful. We should smoke a bowl, man. Burn some of this.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, and don't forget, before we burn these bowls, all of the pictures of these nugs will be available on our Instagram and most likely Twitter before this podcast goes live. So check them out there.
All right. With that being said, let us out, bro.
Let us out.
Let's taste.
Ooh. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh man. No, Curtis, how's yours burning over there, man?
Very, very smooth inhale. Like, very clean on the inside. Like, I don't have any ice in my ice catcher right now, but very smooth. It's got a nice earthy umami taste to it. Uh, Aftertaste is very clean and clear. Like, it's kind of one of those things that doesn't linger and stick in the inside your mouth.
And
It's
that's
just
not tarry.
exactly. Like, I can still breathe just fine and everything. It's got these low peppery tones to it, but it's overall very smooth. Not bad. Not bad. How's yours tasting?
Nice. Mine is like it's like a fruit salad, man. It's like this very strong mango, heavy fruit salad. Like if you were eating that, it had the nice sugary sweetness to it. It has light smoke with but like when you're taking the inhale, but the nice punch on the exhale. There are some pepper notes that you could kind of smell in the smell beforehand, but it's been heavily replaced by citrus. It's a but not like lemony, more along the lines of an orange or a tangerine. It's just a very well-rounded flavor as well. That it does stick to the mouth a little bit more, I assume, than your strain, but almost in a pleasant way. It gives you a very nice aftertaste and leaves you feeling like you just took a really nice skunky hit. What are the reviews sites say about it?
So, according to our review sites, and again, these are opinions of people who have already posted on review sites, and we will add to ours as soon as the effect takes place.
Opinions.
According to internet, so Purple Rain gives off the feeling of happy, a calming sensation, but not a lazy calming, so kind of like a euphoric body high, I guess.
Very peaceful.
Uh, People are known to be focused while smoking this, and it also causes a high case of the munchies.
Ooh.
I really hope I got some chips lying around here.
I hope you got some snacks nearby.
As for your Blue Nova, it's been known to be energetic, focused, creative, active, so high sativa activity as always, and surprisingly, no munchies for yours. So we're kind of exact opposites in that aspect.
Oh, geez, well, I still hope I have some chips nearby anyway.
In general, we're in complete opposites in general, but hey,
at
least they both have a color in the name.
That's
Bam.
very, very true. Bam. That's very true. So I think it'd be fantastic. I have a joint here sitting right next to me of some of this beast, and I would love to burn it. I know you've probably got a joint sitting right next to you on your end.
How did you know?
I'm psychic. I mean, I won't go there. But anyway, it's 4:20 somewhere, so I think we should light these joints.
I think so.
All right, burn them, boys.
Very nice.
Oh man, I love this stuff. Oh my god, it's so tasty. It's so tasty. Oh man, yeah. So that's beautiful.
What kind of paper are you burning out of today?
Today I am once again burning on my favorites. They're the OCB, the OCB silvers. They're beautiful. The Expert, I think they call them, spelled with an X, so you know that they're edgy and modern. Even though the papers have been around for 100 years, they want to keep current. So they're OCB Experts. So what are you burning out of today?
Today I am burning out of a root beer flavored Juicy J. I decided root beer for this one because with the earthy tones, there really wasn't a lot of fruit to get in the way. So I figured get that nice root from root beer, some nice sarsaparilla in there, and it's matching pretty well. It's pretty good.
I like that. See, it's and you know what? It's sad, man. Mentioning the Juicy J's there. That's something that I'm gonna need. If there's any fans out there of the podcast or anything else, once we get a PO box, or PO boxes or whatever, then you got to send this to me because we cannot in Nova Scotia buy Juicy J's. They're not allowed to sell like flavored papers in Nova Scotia. They passed this law. Get this, like months before legalization passed. Before legalization, we was legalized Canada-wide. Nova Scotia, one of the dudes here got a stick up his ass and decided to make a push for making flavored papers illegal. Right?
My assumption is it's probably because youth would be like, oh, flavored and weed and stuff like that, that's going to taste so good, let's go do that.
I know. That's what their assumption is. Rather than educating their children, they prefer to think that they're stupid, so they would rather just kind of hide the cookies than teach them not to steal them.
Of course.
When they're not supposed to, right? But it's, that's just how they want to operate and how they thought they should operate. So they decided to pass this law knowing that since marijuana was illegal except for medical patients, there would be very minimal pushback because it's hard to go out in public and actively protest to keep flavored papers when you're not legally allowed to mention the fact that you smoke cannabis with them because it was still not legal,
Right.
aside from
And
medical
ho-
purposes.
And how many people actively admit that they roll their own cigarettes with Juicy J flavored
With
papers?
Juicy J papers, exactly. So it's one of those things where they knew that there would be minimal pushback, but it would be a success that they could put on their political resume. It was something that they knew strategically. It was like a smart move for them because it was a sure win,
And
and it would
nobody
look
could
good on
push
their
back. Now,
nobody could push back. But
once it
if
gets
they had have done it
legalized-
now, yeah, if they had have done it now, there would have been an extremely massive pushback. It never would have gone through. It never would have passed.
Right.
But because they chose to do it just before legalization, nobody really was able to go out strongly. There was some protest, but it was a meek protest compared to,
yeah.
if it was legal and everybody was allowed to smoke weed above age, legally and responsibly, then they basically would be able to go out and protest and go out and petition and stuff like that. And
sure.
it would, so he knew that it wouldn't. I'm not going to mention his name as a politician because he's done a lot of good things as well. He's not a
Not
total,
important. It doesn't
not
matter.
important. And ultimately, it doesn't matter for the story, but
Yeah, it just
Before-
sucks that you
it
guys
sucks because we can't get flavored papers
Right.
or really flavored tobacco product of any kind here. We can't. You can no longer get.
Which can
like
you guys
any
get?
kind of-
Can you guys get cartridges there? For
Yes.
pens and
Yes.
stuff.
We can,
Exactly,
yes.
and those are
yeah.
flavored way more than any of
I
these
know.
papers ever would be.
Big time. Big
So-
time. And so
It's
exactly
kinda-
right, big time.
Like
And
it's
so
one of those
it's
things.
yeah, it's one of those like silly things where they don't fully understand something, and so they figure the best way to do it is to just basically try to hide it away rather than like learn about it and educate other people about it. And so, but I ultimately, even though it was a long-term loss, it was a short-term win for me though.
So,
Because I went to the smoke shop near where I live here, and they had Juicy J's on sale for 70% off just before they were like the law passed to make them illegal. They had them on for 70% off, so I bought like 4 boxes, like not 4-pack, but 4 boxes of absinthe flavored papers because they're my absolute favorite Juicy
absinthe
J's flavor.
flute favor.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, flute favorite. No, that's fine, man. Don't worry about it. But it's my
I'm
favorite.
not apologizing to you.
No, don't apologize.
I know.
I'm sorry to the audience as well. I'm
Exactly.
so sorry. But the absinthe flavor is my favorite one. So I bought 4 boxes of them, and it cost me nothing. Like it was like dirt cheap, and I was stoked. But those are all long gone now.
Oh yeah.
Burned into the ash of time. But
I don't-
it was just a short-term win.
I don't fully check the entire section of Juicy J's because now there's just so many of them. I know a couple of the ones that I like right off the bat. Like,
Dog poop flavor.
no, but there's like candy cane, which I buy
Oh, I
one
know.
pack. I buy a pack of those every Christmas.
Oh yeah, they're lit, dude. And you curve your joint. Do you bend your joint when you roll them
course,
too? Do you?
of course.
Yes.
make a
you
little
roll
candy
like the
crook.
paper long candy crook. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
make minis. I make mini candy canes.
Oh, do
like-
you? Oh,
yeah.
see, I roll
Like
the
the
double
ones
paper,
that,
2 papers long, and then I bend it over my thumb.
Like the one that your teacher gave you in high school, but he also had to give it to everybody else in every single hour.
yeah.
So he didn't want to spend
the
a lot of money
ones.
on the full size ones.
The air quotes fun-sized ones.
Yeah.
Just saying, anybody that calls candy that is smaller fun-sized is not a marketing genius. He's an asshole. Because fun-sized candy bars and fun-sized anything is bigger. Like, come on, dude. Whoever
There should
thought
be
that those
king
little
size-
Snickers bars were
it should be-
fun-sized, that's wrong.
It should be mini sized, full size, king size, and then fun size, which should
Yeah,
be
because-
comedically oversized.
Yeah, big
if
enough for me to
anything.
skateboard on. Like, if I buy a fun-sized Hershey bar, I should be able to put skateboard trucks on it and bomb down a hill.
See,
Like,
no, I'm thinking of the size of that Wonka bar before it went through the shrink ray.
Yeah, dog. Yeah, see, the one that you
Before
can
it
lay
went-
on. If your mattress gets repossessed, you can sleep on it.
Exactly, or eat it.
Or eat it.
You know,
Yeah,
it
because you're
depends on
sad.
depends on
Because
what
your
comes
bed
from.
got repossessed. You
Well,
must be in a really rough financial spot if your
well,
bed
I'm-
gets repossessed.
If your bed gets repossessed, probably the rest of your house got repossessed. So
They ain't taking my chocolate bar, though.
this is my bedroom, my food source, and my lover. I bit a hole in the bottom 3 weeks ago.
Oh, Jiminy Christmas. This wasn't originally a cream-filled chocolate bar. Oh, jeez.
Is that
We should
nougat?
talk about
No, it's nutted.
Nut it. Yeah, it ain't Nutella.
Oh God.
Oh man, I know it's absolutely terrible. It's absolutely horrible. But that's what I mean. Fun size should be fun sized. It should be big, like.
Exactly.
But at the same time,
Not just
I know what
big,
you're talking about with those crook
comedically
joints.
big.
Comedically big, yes. But I get what you mean by those little candy
Oh yeah,
canes that you get
yeah. We
there
were
that are
talking
just
about
like.
papers.
Yeah, no, I dig it.
yeah.
No, I dig it. Like with the candy cane papers, just rolling one joint, and then making it a little thinner and kind of bending it over so it looks like it,
Yeah. So
But
back then,
I like
anyway.
the double wides so you can hang it from the tree. But you go ahead.
Those are nice. So yeah, I do get a pack of Juicy J's every Christmas. And then I also get root beer, banana occasionally if they have them. Some places don't because they don't sell too well.
How do you spell bananas again?
Gwen Stefani,
There were
Bananas.
Thank you. I'm glad you have Gwen Stefani in your closet. I mean, I'm glad that Gwen
No.
Stefani helped us spell that
Shank.
from wherever she is.
You know that I renamed my Alexa Gwen Stefani. She is Bay.
She is May. I hear you. There's nothing about spiderwebs.
I bought an Alexa just so I can name her Gwen Stefani, and only thing she's there to do is dispel bananas for me.
It's true.
No, she also
wish-
she also sings "I Saw Red" by Sublime. Her part.
Oh, that's spectacular. See, now I've got the OK Google thing, and I love it because it calls me Batman.
But anyway,
Yeah. Anyway,
We're
so
sidetracking
papers.
yeah,
Papers. You've got banana papers.
all these other ones and stuff. But I never really checked to see if they have absinthe. So next time I go to the store, I definitely gotta check to see that they got absinthe flavor ones.
Please do.
I would
And also, they're Black Magic. If you get the two favorite ones,
I have Black Magic.
Yeah, pre-facing.
I love Black Magic.
Yeah, I was gonna say pre-facing this with anything. I absolutely loathe black licorice. I can't stand it. Black licorice to me is like, Superman if he gargled kryptonite water and was like, "Whoa," and then spit it out and then had someone slap him in the face. That's how I feel every time I eat black licorice.
If he spit it out, he would probably be throwing up gallons of blood.
Yeah, I know, right? So, and then someone came along and slapped him in the face. That's how I feel every time I think about eating black licorice. I don't like it at all.
Damn,
but
Lex.
yeah, I know it's bad, right? Oddly enough, I can drink Ouzo and Jaeger no problem, even though they're black licorice flavored. So I don't know what that means. But
Anyway.
But Black Magic papers, apparently, based on the description that I didn't write, some dude wrote it online, it's supposed to be black licorice mixed with other stuff. But when I tasted those papers, I was like, what is this? This witchcraft.
It tasted like a blackberry version of that new car air freshener.
I know, but not like it tastes,
pine
like
tree.
it smells.
Right. It's weird. It's so fucking
Because it's
weird
different.
to explain.
It's different taste, and how something. I always have a problem with that too, because I'll say that something tastes like floral, and people will be like, "Dude, flowers taste gross." I ate a flower once when I was a kid. I bit on,
tastes
and
like
it was
the
bitter.
smell.
It tastes like it smells. It doesn't taste like you ate an actual flower. You're not taking a bite out of a rose. You're just.
When
you
I
get
say
the
it's,
smell of a rose,
or we would
the
say
smell.
it's earthy. It's not like we're going outside and eating dirt. It tastes
I'm
like
not
rooty.
biting grass.
It tastes like earthy. You
Like
don't
an
really
umami,
know
like
how
a mushroom, like how a mushroom has that indescribable quality. It's not spicy, it's not tangy, it's not tart. That's why we say umami all the time, because it's a great word that describes what that flavor is.
It describes undescribable.
Yeah, it describes that flavor of earthiness, that flavor of mushrooms and truffles. It's got that, that's
If
why
we want to
use
say
that
it
word.
tastes like dirt, it tastes like fucking dirt.
Oh yeah, I've smoked weed that tasted like dirt before. I remember there was this old tin weed that my buddy found back in oh geez, I don't know. I'm not going to date myself. So it was it was a long time ago, and so dude found this tin weed in his uncle's shed. Sorry to his uncle for stealing his weed. Not really. We saved you from that shitty stash. And so we burnt the stuff, and it literally tasted like dirt. It was it was weed. It was, but it was obviously either really old or really bad or just whatever. But we still got baked.
Nice.
But we still got
Can't
baked.
complain
But
at that point.
no, we did not complain. We definitely complained because our mouths tasted like dirt for ages. But you know, we still got high. So, but yeah, that was so. If Curtis and I wanted to describe weed as tasting like dirt, we would definitely say the word dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how's this weed starting to make you feel, Curtis? You getting any kind of reaction to it yet?
I mean, I'm feeling a little, definitely calm. I'm definitely focused on what we're talking about, and I'm feeling happy. But that's just because you're a good bud.
Yeah, I hear you, buddy. You know, I would describe the same feeling. Have the munchies hit you yet?
I am not all that hungry yet, but
All
I
right,
will let you know when my face gets full.
I was gonna say I'll try to avoid mentioning munchies just so that it doesn't get on the mind. But I am not currently feeling the munchies, but that's because I stuffed my face with as many chips as I could before recording this podcast because I didn't want to be that guy that I am when we play on PlayStation's like party chat and stuff when I'm just crunching chips every time I die, which is all the time.
Of course.
Yeah, not on the podcast. They can see that on my YouTube channel and potentially your YouTube channel. They'll probably hear me crunching over you in some of your videos. Oh, link in the description. Down there.
Boom, skip, boom.
Boom, skip, boom. That's good, man. So yeah, like, so there's like all kinds of crazy stuff going on in the world today, and then I'm not even talking about politics or any 2020 disasters.
Dude,
I'm talking
screw
about
all that stuff. Tell me what's
I'm
going
talking
on.
about.
What are you talking
Yeah.
about? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about U.S. border officials, right?
Okay.
Okay. These dudes, they're doing a good job. They do, honestly, I'm not going to lie, they do a great job. They protect shit. They stop, you know, like bad people sometimes and good people, like,
do they do?
unfortunately get caught. But this time, they stopped a truck driver.
All right.
And they seized from his truck over 1,000 pounds of high-grade cannabis.
That is a lot of dank.
That is a lot of dank. Now, can you guess where this is and it's relevant? It's relevant to us and this podcast.
Did it happen here?
That's right, brother. They passed through Detroit.
Are you fucking kidding me? It's
Yeah,
legal
dude.
here. It's illegal
I know,
there.
It's
Why
legal
is
in both
this?
places.
Why?
I know the drug sniffing dogs should have just been like, nope, not coke, let them through. You know, like it's crazy, man. But the 4th Street cargo facility, right? This place,
Right.
you know, over 1,000 pounds. Like it's like obscene, man.
That is
Obscene.
ridiculous. Those guys are getting fucking ripped tonight.
They're
Border
getting
Patrol
so
is.
baked. Everybody who works for that border like patrol office is getting stoned as hell tonight. I hope that they seized over 1,000 pounds of potato chips too, because they gonna need them. They're
There
gonna
was a
need 'em,
Lay's.
man.
There was a Lay's truck behind it. They're covered.
Yeah,
Hey, you need to pull over too.
Yeah. Sorry, sir. We're not allowed you to. We're not allowing you to pass through with this truck. We're gonna have to send you back in a cab, and we'll send the truck back tomorrow. If
Well,
any of the
actually,
cargo is missing, we'll
it was
process
Michigan, so it was probably Better Made chips and Fago.
Fago and Better Made chips. Yeah, you're not wrong. But yeah, man. So that is what is going on right now in the world. That is like, you know, like
Here, let's
of
see
all
what
the
else-
things 2020 had to drop on our heads.
Well, let's see what
They
else
took
is going
1,000
on.
pounds of
Let's see what
Canadian
else is
pot.
going on in some marijuana news.
Yeah, what else is hitting the weed news?
Pennsylvania governor calls for legalizing marijuana as part of the COVID-19 economic relief plan.
That is you know what? Two
That
things.
would be a solid
One,
idea.
solid idea. Yeah, that's the first and foremost thing. Solid idea. I think legalizing marijuana everywhere is in the world's best interest right now. I mean, right now we need it. Trust me. And so,
according
but
to
the
his,
second thing, yeah.
well-
Oh, go ahead.
You know what? Go ahead, finish your part.
Oh no, I was gonna say, and the second most thing about that statement is, man, people will be so high that they'll just stay home.
True.
They'll just, they'll just, you know, just make sure that they sell more indicas than sativas, and people will get couch locked and just chill out. Netflix sales will go up. You know, like online internet
I hope
service
not, but
providers
that's a story
know.
for another day.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, according to outlined a press release that he had that was outlined, the legalization of recreational marijuana will have some proceeds that are going to grants for existing small businesses and 50% of the funds dedicated to historically disadvantaged businesses. So businesses
Nice.
that have gone so fucking south that they may not even be able to recover after this
Well, yeah,
is
no,
what.
I think that's a fantastic idea because
Um,
not only that, like if it's legalized, like that's good for like I mean that's just outlining the benefit of the short-term economics, right? We're talking like that'll be an immediate impact. That'll be something that
absolutely.
within months of legalization, you can generate the kind of income to support that plan. But in the long term, that money, like look at places like Colorado, Washington, like I mean Detroit,
All of
like
Colorado, or I mean,
all of
all of
Colorado,
Canada,
like all of
all of Canada,
Canada,
and all
like
of Michigan. Yeah,
exactly, right? So all of Michigan, and like it's
even
like
here,
you
after
know,
they, one of the
it
worst parts about Michigan was our road system, and after recreational marijuana, we had a huge money grant, and we were able to fix quite a bit of the roads. I mean, they're not
isn't it
perfect, but
incredible how if there's a taxable market that's extremely massive that you tap into, that it generates taxable income that you can use to put towards things that taxes pay for?
yeah, it's like
It's
highly
crazy, man.
profitable
It's
somehow
like,
because
what the
people want
hell?
that thing somehow. It wow,
I'm
if
not,
only it
dude.
like grew out of the ground like fucking weeds almost with like
I would
almost
have
no care.
failed. I would have
There is
failed
care.
math
There's
class
plenty
if I
of
didn't
care.
threaten
Don't
to say
fuck me
that
on
the
that.
te No, I know, I know. I was gonna say I would have failed math class if I didn't threaten to say that the teacher touched me. That didn't really happen. That didn't happen. But I did do poorly in math. But like even I can see that, you know, and like I've seen it just on an actual base level. Like you look at like Colorado, they immediately started making hand over fist money that they can put back into their state to make it better. And Canada's done the same thing. Like all the taxes coming from the weed, aside from the bits that are being embezzled by fucking politicians or whatever, are going back into Canada and making it a better place, right? And making it healthier and safer and just better overall than it has been. And so I think it's a great move for the states. It's slow going, but Curtis, you know what's happening.
Of
You know
course.
it is.
Oh, here's some
It's
more news for you,
oh
Shank.
more news. Hit me up.
You're about to receive five. Count them five. That is one, two, three, four. Fuck. Five. Yeah.
Five.
New cannabis drinks to hit the shelves of Canada.
Oh, buddy.
Cannabis infused, a mix of CBD and THC infused drinks contain low doses of cannabis ranging from 2.5 milligrams to 5 milligrams.
Well, looks like I have something to review on a future episode.
Ooh, if I can get a hold of one of those, that would be nice. Let me try to
I'll find
see
a way
what
to.
the actual names of these are.
I'll find a way to secretly mail you one. I hope no NSA agents are listening to this. Fuck you if you are.
It looks like there's no trust for the products currently for the Ontario Cannabis Store.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I'm nowhere
uh,
near there, but I have friends in Ontario that I
the
can get. Actually, I have family in
company
Ontario
says
I can get to
products
send
have begun to roll out and will continue to hit the market in the months ahead.
them.
I'm trying to see if it's gonna. Yeah, it looks like they're starting from there because they are based out of Belleville.
That makes sense. Ontario is like kind of like just for reference, Ontario is kind of
Ontario
like
is
the
close
center
to
of
me.
Canada.
Ontario
Yeah.
is pretty much close to me, and Nova Scotia is farther west than Maine.
No, east. Yeah, it's farther. Yeah, no,
Sorry, farther east
east.
than Maine.
East. Yeah, so if you go to the west into New Brunswick and then you go directly straight down, you'll hit Maine. And
Yeah.
but Ontario is kind of the center of Canada. I was in Toronto for a little while actually. A beautiful city, very busy
Oh yeah.
city. I it doesn't suit my lifestyle very well, except for the fact that people don't sleep there, and I never sleep either. Um, so I mean that fit very well, and the music scene there is phenomenal. But it's like center of Canada, and they have like they on cannabis on the forefront of cannabis. Actually, a good friend of mine that I hope to have on this podcast in the future worked at a dispensary in Ontario, and basically they had even before legalization, they were acting as it's almost like how like the cops just generally let people do it because everybody's doing it sometimes when it's not harmful. They had open cannabis retail locations. in Ontario before it was legal.
Hmm.
And they just kind of did. I mean, they moved. Every now and then they would get raided, and they would get shut down, and they would get raided, and they would get shut down, and they would reopen, like, every single time under a slightly different name in a different location.
If it works,
But
it works.
yeah, but they always open back up, man. And, like, for the most part, they served the community. Like, they were basically a safe place to buy marijuana that, you know, they had very fair prices. They did not charge exorbitant prices. They weren't like, oh, we're the only place in town, so we can charge whatever they didn't do that. They were, like, actually fair. Medical patients, they wouldn't even charge. They'd actually just give it to medical patients.
Wow.
And yeah, man. And so they were phenomenal, and they were doing this before legalization happened, and they all got shut down. Every single one of them. When legalizations hit, they changed the way that they would allow marijuana to be sold. Like, for example, here in Nova Scotia, we actually sell it in the liquor store. Like, same place. I could buy rum at the same place I buy, you know, sour diesel. Which is,
as an American, that's fucking crazy because we have to go through goddamn dispensaries, IDs, all that other special shit. I assume
yeah.
it's in a like some form of separated section,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
is it
almost like, yeah. Yeah,
okay?
it's almost like a beer room, like how, you know, how they have, like, a beer
Yeah,
cooler? Well, imagine if beside the beer cooler
or
there was, like, another kind of, like, door.
like a cigar humidor, pretty much.
Yeah, yeah, but, well, not quite, because you still have to go into a separate room area where they have desks set up. They have a few strains directly on display, and all of the other strains are in a wall of cabinets that at any given time they have about, I don't even know, like, on display they have about, like, 6-ish hundred displays of different types of marijuana, some edibles and stuff like that. And they rotate out different strains. Like, I think every now and then, like, if one runs out, they'll take it out and they'll go grab another one from out back and rotate it out or whatever. But it's like you just go in there, you pick the strains you want, you walk up, you're just kind of like, yeah, I want that. You know, here's my
Yeah.
ID to show that I'm over,
Right,
over
right.
19. Give me, beep, done. Give me my weed, I'm out. You go home, man, it's beautiful. But, like, you know, like, before it was like that, they were doing that in Ontario. They were treating it like that. You could just walk in, be like, yeah, I want some of that, here's some money. You know, here's my ID to show that I am over 19. Here's some money, go home, right? And, like, they shut all of them down when legalization passed because they wanted to change the way that they sold it in Ontario.
Right.
They wanted to
Obviously,
sell it
they
at
need some
yeah.
form of tax, some form of this.
Exactly. And all of these businesses, they didn't want to basically encourage the fact that they were operating illegally previously, even though what they're doing is now legal.
Right, so they have to
So,
comply. Like, oh, this is how we did
exactly.
it before. No, we weren't operating before. And
Exactly, right? It's like, no, you shouldn't have been doing that before, right? So, yeah, so they all had to shut down, and it kind of sucked.
that's
For a lot
unfortunate.
of people. Yeah, for a lot of people. But I mean, a lot of them got back into the business in different capacities, and they're working for, like, grow businesses now, or they're working for other dispensaries that are legal dispensaries or whatever. And so it's crazy, man. But,
It's
like, you know,
nice.
legalization,
I
it helps overall. Like,
oh
even
yeah,
though it does hurt, it's gonna hurt a few people. It's gonna suck. Honestly, in the beginning, it's gonna suck for, like, most people. Like, if you're listening to this in a non-legal place, for a lot of people, it's gonna suck a little bit, but ultimately it's going to help everything. It'll become a lot more convenient, a lot more easy as time goes on. You know, it'll improve your state. I'm sure you've seen that, Curtis, in your state. Like you were saying, the roads are
oh yeah,
mysteriously fixed.
absolutely.
Like, it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
But also,
Uh,
Curtis, I think you were telling me that
um,
there was some gaming news that I missed out on because I was doing stuff earlier today, and you were going to tell me about it now. So what was that?
uh, so have you heard anything about the uh Call of Duty Warzone event that happened today?
I heard that it exists, and I may or may not have caught like 30 seconds of a stream of it while I was in between pooping and doing what I was supposed to do.
Well, how much of that 30 seconds did you may or may not have seen?
I saw our good friend Isaac sprinting frantically away from someone shooting him in the butthole.
His name is Help My Leg on, or wait, is it Help My Leg? No, it's just My Leg on
Yeah,
YouTube.
My Leg on YouTube. We'll throw a link
With
for him.
Yeah, throw a link in the description. It's My Leg with 3 G's.
Yeah, 3 Gs. Like, my leg! Yeah!
Um,
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so that's about all I saw. I didn't see a whole lot. I was in the middle of doing some stuff.
gotcha. So, for anybody who hasn't seen it today or didn't, if you haven't checked it out, not today, but when it happened, so essentially Warzone had this event where it was the reveal event for Cold War Blackout that's coming out. Call of Duty Blackout Cold War.
I've heard of this.
So the event was a limited time mode in Warzone. It was you could have anybody go in there. It was up to a 4-person squad. It was you were able to respawn. You loaded in with whatever loadout you selected. And the point was you had to do 4 objectives. Now, these 4 objectives were you had to collect map intel, which you found from just looting off of corpses, people that you shot, people that you killed, or you looted them from loot boxes. Once you find 5 of them, then it unlocks a certain area on the map where a key is going to be located. You go to the area, find the key. Once you have the key, you then have to go to a new area to find more intel. And once you got to that area, you then had to go and find a weapon. Once you find the weapon... Now, unlocking all this stuff just unlocked, like, cosmetic stuff in the game, really.
Yeah.
Which, it was kind of cool. I only got 3 of the 4 things on my playthrough. I only got to play 1 game before work. I had to leave today.
Yeah.
But it was fine, because through that one, I still stayed through to the end. Yeah, I was actually playing with Isaac. Just he
nice.
was like I was in my own game, he was in his own game because it was taking a while for it to load up because the servers were getting screwed over.
Oh, I can dig it. Yeah, that many
So-
people trying to get on at the same time. Like,
Yeah.
ugh.
I was in
It's
the
like
game.
it's like Fall Guys. Just picturing door crash.
Yeah. Back to World War Z simulator.
World War Z simulator.
But
Squeezing peas through a syringe.
so yeah, the servers were a little janky, so rather than getting into a match together, I got into a match and then he got into one like a minute later or so. So once you get to the end of the match, like it only runs for about 10 minutes or so. After 10 minutes, I lost all of my weapons. I got randomly parachuted somewhere in the middle of the map and it just said run to stadium. So full sprint, ran to stadium. While I'm running to stadium, and during the course of the whole game, this whole glitching effect is happening on the side of my screen, like in Black Ops 1.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh.
The
Yeah, that
crypt-
awesome like kind of
that
with the
glitchy
numbers and like
exactly.
the like.
It's glitching
redacted
in and then
words
the
and-
type
yeah.
in. Exactly. So this whole effect is going on through the entire game.
Oh, I love the original Black Ops. I'm so excited.
And as I'm running closer to the stadium during this last part of the game, it's just getting stronger and heavier, and then eventually, like, the screen cuts away and it goes to something completely different, and then comes back and you're still running. And then you finally run into the stadium. Mind you, during this whole thing, you're timed. If you don't make it there in 30 seconds, I don't know what happens.
Yeah, I don't want to
assuming you
find
get
out.
nuked.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
So I managed to get to the stadium. Another little short thing played, and then they played the teaser that they played, or that got released, I don't know, a couple days ago beforehand.
Yep.
So they played that little teaser, which was cool, and I'm like, okay, I guess that's all they're gonna play. Boom. Trailer for Call of Duty, Black Ops,
Civil War.
Cold War.
Or Cold War.
Civil War.
Yeah, not
People
Civil
are-
War. Muskets. You motherfucker. I fucked your mom. You wait until I reload this musket. You
damn it.
N-bomb. It's like, it'd be the worst.
Oh man.
Can you imagine? Avast ye, I banged your
This-
mother.
This isn't pirates. How do you think the Civil War went? Anyway,
There were
So no.
pirates in the Civil War, weren't there? Or at least people who didn't know how to speak English properly.
no, Bad Shank. No. So anyway, so they released the Cold War trailer. And that
Yeah.
trailer looked sick as shit. So, obviously, Cold War, so it's 1980s era pretty much.
Yeah.
But apparently the storyline picks up directly after the first one. Because in number 2 it got like more modernized. So this is a direct sequel to Black Ops 1 pretty much, is what it's sounding like. Takes place in the late 1980s, or in the 1980s, late 70s, early 80s.
Oh yeah, so it is like right around the time of, because I know that Black Ops, the first one, was like had some bits of like Vietnam and shit in it, didn't it?
Exactly. This one's supposed to have a
So
little bit more Vietnam in it as well. And it's
so
also
that's awesome.
this is
I,
also
I'm yeah. Go
based
ahead.
it's also based on a real life codename and backstory of a potential Soviet spy thought to have infiltrated the United States government, named Perseus. It's supposed to be a
Oh.
key factor of this.
Oh, well, I'm excited because I mean that's the thing is I know that Mason. It's crazy because they skipped over, like you said, the with Black Ops 2, they jumped. They did a big time jump, and they just kind of glossed over Mason's like mission history. They were kind of like, oh yeah, Mason did a lot of exciting shit after Black Ops there, but anyway, how about older Mason who's been through shit, but he's years older, and that's the stuff he went through. You don't need to know about that. Don't
Exactly.
worry, it's fine. It's fine.
Um,
But like like so, I mean, it's like there's so much more too in between there, that time scale. So I think it's going to be really exciting
yeah.
to.
In the trailer, you can even see Alex Woods, Frank Mason, and Jason Hudson, all central players from the original Black Ops.
Yeah,
It's pretty
yeah.
nice. And
I'm
then
just
it's
excited.
also cool
Like,
because there was also a realist, or they're also obviously showing some real historical figures in there as well.
yeah,
I didn't see too many like realistic guys so much on the communist side, but they did have a really good looking President Ronald Reagan, which was really
dude.
cool.
Yeah, yeah. I saw a screen cap of that, and he looked like it's great. It looked great.
It looked
I was like, man, I was like, I hope I get to play as Reagan in Warzone, man. That'd be awesome. Like, just run
Reagan
through,
smash,
just run through.
Reagan
You ready for
sniping.
some Reagan? You ready for some Reaganomic rage? Ah!
Oh my god,
I used to be an actor.
I will pay any price
I
to
will
play
do it
as
honestly.
fucking Ronald Reagan in Warzone.
I would give them exactly $4.20.
I will play any. I'll pay anything to play Ronald Reagan in anything that they give us.
Dude, well, you could play JFK and fucking dude. Oh my
I know.
god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, dude! They're gonna have zombies in this, right? Obviously, it's the
believe
throwback to Black Ops. I mean, they've
Well,
already tweeted out
yeah,
stuff about. I remember
they've
I
already
saw a
le-
tweet on Twitter that they put out,
Here's
and
the-
they were like, it was obviously zombies.
Here's the thing. Unfortunately they didn't post anything in this trailer, but at the end of it they said that they're gonna release the multiplayer release event on September 9th. So my thought process is Treyarch is one of those companies where their fan base for their Call of Duty games is based in threes. You have your people who love their campaigns and their story arcs. You have their people who love the competitive aspect of their multiplayer. And you have the people who love the fun horde mode of the zombies and the ruthlessness of that.
Yeah,
And even
the
those
thing
are
is, though,
even those can get split up further. So I think they're splitting their release events into 3 as well. So this was their campaign release. Obviously, they already set that they're doing the multiplayer release. And I think at the end of multiplayer, they're going to do a little teaser for zombies and lead that into a a zombies release trailer on its own.
Well, I think that's the thing is like they've already really strongly hinted at it though, because they've mentioned like Verdansk and stuff like that, and they've mentioned like like a lot of the things that have been mentioned previously in other zombie things, and like kind of hints along the way. So aside from straight up saying yes, zombies, oh well, it's not going to be like yes, zombies are definitely in there, but I mean let's face it, in Treyarch Studios Twitter bio, it even says. This is the official Treyarch Studios Twitter account and the birthplace of Call of Duty's zombies.
Oh yeah.
like straight up, right? So it's like it's right first thing you see on the Treyarch Studios
It's
Twitter
Treyarch. You
page,
already
and
pretty much know they're
you
gonna
know that,
do something into
yeah.
it. I
So
guess
what
the
I'm
real
stoked for is maybe they'll do another. You remember Five?
yeah, that would be
With
cool. Another five
JFK,
or
yeah,
well,
JFK, Castro,
they already did remake it in Black Ops
yeah.
4 with
But
Classified, but they
they
made
could do a new version
right
with
like
Reaganomics.
like something in like I don't know, maybe like a Hollywood thing where he returns to Hollywood, or it's like a young Reagan while he's
Exactly.
still on the set with the monkey.
Exactly, man. I think it would be a severe missed opportunity from Treyarch. If anybody from Treyarch is
I'm
listening to
sure.
this right now, which I highly doubt anybody is, but if you are, you're awesome for listening. Thank you so much. You should like, comment, and subscribe. Also, go on our Instagram, our YouTube, and all of our other pages
Quit
that will be
plugging to
linked
the
below.
anyway.
And
But
anyway,
yeah,
but you should like totally you'll miss the opportunity, Treyarch, if you don't put a young Reagan and a monkey as playable characters in your zombie game mode. You'll
look,
miss an opportunity.
they
I'll still
already
play.
they already gave
Still
us a
play.
monkey in Black
Yeah, but
Ops
we need
4, but they'll give
yeah,
us a
but we
new one.
need
They'll give us new
yeah,
ones.
we need a new one. A
We
new
get,
monkey.
and that's the thing. We just gotta wait and see for the reveal trailer because we don't
I
even
know, yeah.
know. Because they say it's zombies, but does that mean they're going to continue further with the
Mm,
original guys who are pretty much way past anything to make any sort of fucking logical sense to use them, other than
yeah.
oh another timeline. It would
Yeah.
be cool, but
Or
I don't
which
want.
would be
I
kind
really
of
hope
I'd
they
be
don't.
silly. I hope they
I
don't. I hope
hope
they
they
go back to closer to the original format where it's
no.
more of a tower defense
I
that branches out.
no. I hope they continue the storyline of the chaos from or the
Mm.
Aether story. No, the chaos storyline from Black Ops 4. Those guys never really got a good end, and it kind of disappoints me.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're
I
not wrong.
mean,
And since it is in the Black Ops series, since it is also in the Black Ops series, though, they could definitely do that.
I
Like
mean
they could be like,
that
yeah,
could just be the continuation, and that's more than likely what they're gonna do.
but they're probably gonna
But
find a way to tie it in with the other guys too.
they might,
I bet that I
they
bet
might,
that they're gonna like
of
link it
course.
together somehow. I don't know, man. Well, this is all speculation, by the way, guys. If
Of
anybody's
course,
listening to
we
this
don't
and
fucking
going,
know.
"Oh, do these guys have inside information we don't?
No.
Where did they get these sources?" We're literally stoned making stuff up right now about a game that we're excited to play eventually. If you guys have any speculations, we totally want to hear them too. Like, I don't care what they are. Put them in the
Yeah.
comments below. Like, if you think that like Woods is gonna have this magical ability where he can like rip off one of his nipples and blow up a tank, put it in the comments. I'm all ears. But I just, like, yeah, like just
Yeah.
I want to know because it's this game looks interesting.
I don't know. That's another possible process is do they even continue on with any storyline or do they just continue on with something brand new? Like it just starts off as like zombies in the Vietnam jungle or
See,
zombies in a
I
Russian missile silo.
you know what I
During the
half hope.
zombies during the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Yeah, I half hope that they do the same thing that they did with the base Call of Duty, like the remaster they did for like Modern Warfare that we play all the time. With that game, what they did with that was amazing because they retained the spirit of the original, but they went past it. They were like, we're not going to copy the original. We're going to do something that's got the spirit of the original, but is better. Right? That like has more modern ideas, more modern game modes, more things that we know our audience currently enjoys, rather than a rehash of the original game because they don't mind if you go back and play the original game, then you're buying two copies, right?
Right.
So basically, like with this new one, what I hope that they do, the thing that I really hope they do, is that they go with the spirit of the original Black Ops, but do something different. Like, don't worry about the original timeline that they set in stone or whatever. Just keep the spirit of it, keep the general story of it, keep the characters true to the characters, like so that they're still represented the way they should be, and do something different with the multiplayer. Like, don't copy the zombies that they've done before in the past. Do something new and innovative with the zombies like they did with their Warzone, even though people will say, oh, it's a battle royale, Warzone's a battle royale, it's not innovative, they just copied other games. They did with their series, it is. It's something they didn't try before very much. Like they had previously in Black Ops 4, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Black Ops 4. And they did pretty well there, but they didn't
They
go
nailed
full
it.
bore.
They nailed
And
it
they
in
nailed it.
Warzone.
Yeah, they nailed it. And with Warzone, they nailed it. And they figured they're going to hold on to that. But in the zombies and in the multiplayer modes, I think that's where they should look for new diversity, because people aren't playing the same. Like, people will always love 1v1 on Rust. They'll always love that kind of stuff, right? For nostalgia's sake. But for the most part, all of the other broken maps, they don't need them. The maps that people complain about constantly, they could completely revamp them into new maps, and people they won't whine because they won't miss those crappy maps. They'll be stoked that they're completely renovated and different. And like, so it's like, but there will always be a few vocal people, obviously, as well as I do, that some people will always complain.
Nuketown!
Yeah, they'll always
That's the main thing I'm
Nuketown.
waiting for.
I know, Nuketown. Oh my god, I can't
Cold
wait
War
to see
Nuketown.
Cold War Nuketown. You know
I
what,
mean,
though?
in Black Ops 4,
Since-
they already did the
Since it's a
Moscow
Cold War,
one.
though. Since it's a Cold War, though, right? If it represents the real Cold War, then the nuke will never drop.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, wait, they still did nuclear testing. Never mind. It's
Endless
now
rounds.
because it's a nuclear test town, so the nuke will drop because they still had nuclear testing, and I suppose Nuketown does take place on a nuclear testing facility, like kind of bombing range. I was thinking, but in this case, I don't know what they'll do. They have to have Nuketown. I don't think anyone will buy the game if they don't.
Well, they've done normal, slightly futuristic, more futuristic, Russian. I mean,
Now they got to do
Vietnam?
1980s fucking, no, not even Vietnam. They'll do like 1980s, like synth pop, like pastel, like retro, kind of like retro look, like Back to the Future.
I don't know, they might just have it where it's already destroyed. Alright, so munchies are cooking in. I'm having a Cliff Bar now.
Munchies are cooking it.
Mm.
That's where I would insert a song if I wasn't feeling too lazy to make a song to put onto this podcast. Maybe in the future, I'll make a sound clip. If this gets enough attention from people, then I will make a sound clip for the future for when either Curtis or myself have the munchies kick in for us, because we'll notify you as well as each other when that kicks in, and I'll put it into the podcast magically. Yeah, so that's good, man. Curtis, how's that Cliff Bar treating you, bro?
It's pretty tasty. Pretty tasty.
Nice, man. What flavor?
Chocolate chip.
Oh, yeah. Gotta love that chocolate chip, man. Gotta love that chocolate chip. It's, like, I know my favorite, I had a coconut something.
I have coconut chocolate chip here, too.
Yeah, that's one that I had before, and it was like a delicious flavor orgasm in my mouth.
If you want to take any advice from a stoner, here it is. Do not try the coffee Cliff Bars, because they're made with actual coffee beans, and they hurt my teeth.
Yeah, just
saying.
I mean,
yeah. Not trying to hurt Cliff Bar. Eat any other thing by Cliff Bar, because they're fucking amazing.
yeah, hashtag not sponsored.
Hashtag not sponsored, but I don't like their coffee ones.
Yeah, see, the only coffee thing that I enjoy aside from actual coffee is chocolate-covered coffee beans. I used to love eating those. I would, like, buy, like, roasted chocolate-covered coffee beans, and I would, like, just eat them, and I would be wired as hell. And this was, like, before my cannabis smoking days. This was before I even smoked weed. And it was kind of like, I was looking for something to just make life a little bit more fun, And I hadn't quite found the thing that balanced it yet, so I went a little bit on the way opposite end of the spectrum and kind of was a little bit more hyperactive because of the cannabis, like not the cannabis, the coffee beans. So I tapered off of that habit. Now I just drink like 4 cups of coffee a day, and I don't eat chocolate-covered coffee beans anymore. But I do like Cliff Bars.
Oh, yeah.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Either way, it's a good time to, or it's a good way to, start your day, get everything right. But,
Yeah.
But unfortunately, speaking of times, looks like we're running out of time for today.
Ooh.
Time to roll one for the road. And thank you guys for listening, and we will see you next week.
Yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and scream this at all of your family members the next time you have a get together that they need to subscribe and also do the same thing to our podcast. Yeah.
Later, buds.
Later.